Hello everyone, I'm Justine with State of Grace Tarot, and today's video is all about Aries and the first decan of the year. The spring equinox just passed in the northern hemisphere, and we'll be living through the seasons with more sunlight in our days and less darkness in our nights until we get to Libra season. So to me, this is a great time of year. And with that, we're moving into Aries and the first decan, which is the Two of Wands. Just a disclaimer, I know almost next to nothing about astrology, and the purpose of this whole Decan Walk is to share what I've learned and my process of learning. This first video is more kind of walking through what I've learned and explored so far. I'm not positioning myself as an expert in astrology or the tarot. There's so many layers to astrology, so many rabbit holes you can go down, and I've barely skimmed the surface here, and I'm still relatively new to tarot and developing my skills in that whole realm. I feel like astrology adds a beautiful layer and brings up some really interesting nuances as it relates to the tarot. To explore and learn is the goal, so I would say feel free to join in, share your thoughts with me. I should have hopefully all of my resources that I've used in this study in the description if you want to explore anything on your own. One thing that came up as I was studying and preparing for this video, one question that really came to my mind that I wanted to explore, and that I'll really be exploring through all three decans of Aries really, is who is Aries in the year of the Hermit? So not only are we going through Aries season, but this year, 2025, is the year of the Hermit. And what does that mean to the energies as we move through the year? I'll primarily be focusing on Western astrology throughout the year, but I felt it also was right or interesting to call out that it's also the year of the snake in the Chinese zodiac. And to me, this energy is not unlike Hermit energy. It's a time of meditation, being more spiritual, a little individualistic, more solitary, self-directed. It's a time where you're finding that equilibrium from within. Snakes are wise and observant and instinctive. It's interesting because they're also associated with fire in the Chinese zodiac. Their yang energy, which is more active and assertive. So I think that it's very interesting that that energy also can kind of come into play, especially with Aries. So I'm thinking like Aries, the energy of I am, which is known for courage and drive and willfulness and domination. How does that energy show up in a year that's a year of withdrawal and introspection, of the inner journey of solitude and taking a step away to find that inner light? How does this super active outward energy show up in a year with a lot of internal introspection? That's what I'm hoping to find this Aries season. So I did finally print out a Decan wheel. You can find this if you just Google Decan wheels on online. We are over here in Aries. I guess I can turn it. It's a wheel, so nothing's wrong. Aries, we're in the first decan, which is the Two of Wands, ruled by Mars. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, or at least It's the first sign in the system that I'll be following. It's associated with the element of fire, which we know is the element of the wands. It's of movement and passion and energy and drive and obsession. Aries is a cardinal sign, also on our wheel. Cardinal signs are more authoritative, active, energetic. They are the beginning, the spark, the creation, the initiation. That's why they're associated with the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, and the minor arcana. Aries is ruled by Mars, and also the first decan of Aries is also ruled by Mars. And Mars energy is impulsive. It's about action and bravery. It's that of desire. It's a warrior planet. The god of war reflects the will and the drive to pursue what we want. It's associated with the color red, which you can really see here in the Thoth. It's associated with the Tower, and you know, all the cards are red right now in this first decan. I feel like now would be a good time to wear lots of red or have red around you to really capture this energy. You know, it's an energy of chaos and will and determination and power. Mars being associated with destruction is what lends itself to being associated with the Tower. The Tower to me is associated, yes, with destruction, but also that of like internal transformation. You know, death, the death card is more external things happening outside of oneself. The Tower is more internal. In they call this the eye of God. This is truth, enlightenment. It strikes like lightning and destroys that which is untrue. You can't hide from this knowledge once you've received it. There's no going back. So that's really that destructive nature. I think it's interesting, you know, Mars's influence on Aries means that Aries is associated with being impulsive and strong. It's a tendency to avoid duplicity and deceit, to operate out of a sense of righteousness. This creates a tendency to miss subtlety and subtle hints. You know, maybe it's a time where you're so focused on outward things and you're focused on your own mind that you don't get the hints that other people are giving you. Aries is associated with being talented because they put in the work. They're self-starting, competitive. It's the energy of the Energizer Bunny. You know, they're busy all the time. Aries is a natural leader, willing to jump into chaos and take action on creating order. Aries is a sign of energy and authority, and there isn't a card that exudes authority more than the Emperor. You can really see, you know, his association with Aries in the ram's heads that are on his throne. You know, the Emperor being associated with authority, but it's someone who's strong and determined, but also, you know, stable and balanced. Like he's weighing the risks, but willing to put his life on the line. He's ready for battle if that's needed, but he knows that there's benefit to having balance. The tarot card associated with the first decan of Aries is the Two of Wands. One I associate with possibility. To me, twos are about balance and choices. And you can really see this here as he's this man standing on a balcony. It looks like, you know, holding the world in his hands, quite literally looking out into the future, surveying his domain. And the name of this card is Lord of Dominion, and the description is the flames of will. It's a card of assertiveness, of conquest, you know, really assessing the plan and taking action. So as I move forward, as we all move forward, you know, I think it'll be really interesting to see how this energy shows up in our lives. That'll be the fun part to find out and watch out for. I would really love to hear how this energy is showing up for you. I look forward to being on the lookout and sharing my own experience. I have not picked, you know, my creative exercises that I'm going to be doing yet, but I'm hoping to be able to share those as I go through further into this decan and the rest of the decans of Aries. So be on the lookout for that video. Thank you all so much for exploring this with me today. I hope you all have a fantastic Aries season. I'll see you again soon.